right, baby. It's direct from the beautiful Inland Blue Studios. Honey, this is the Nerdlife Crisis podcast with your hosts, that fine-ass Chris Thayer, that beautiful Steve Hale, and that big hunker chunk of meat, Ron Milts. Woo! Mama's hot up in here. Let's get this party started.
All right, everybody, and welcome back to the Nerdlife Crisis podcast. Here with your host today,
Chris Thayer,
Steve Hale,
and I'm Ron Milts. All right, guys,
It's amazing we sat in the right order.
we've been in that a long time.
A lot of times we do this, we have to look at each other in the eyes to make sure we're like going in the right order of things.
Well, and especially then Mike's here, and you're never quite sure where Mike's gonna fit, so you're like, well, you're last.
And tonight, you guys gave me the comfy grandpa chair.
Well, it's here in the beautiful California room, so we're.
I love this room.
Well, as soon as we get one more comfy chair in here, it's gonna be like we're all just gonna fall asleep, like snoring, and so
hour and 20 minutes of us just fucking.
It's like
farting and snoring and right?
Well, I'm sorry we didn't get into a podcast last week, so I was fighting a cold since our last one, and I'm actually still on the back end of it.
And you're also been very busy on the road again.
This is true, man. I mean, what are you going to say, Chris?
Nothing.
Oh,
I mean, convention season used to be like a little bit. Now it seems to kind of be like a full-time season.
It's a business. So,
it's a California season where it's just all year long now.
Pretty much. Well, we just did, so I did Albuquerque.
Welcome to Albuquerque, New Mexico.
I almost said we, but Chris was like, Chris was doing NAMM that weekend, so he wasn't available to go, which is fine.
How are you going to NAMM? And do you have extra tickets for next year?
I'm actually an endorser for Hale Sound, which you see on the beautiful mics that we're using.
Oh, okay.
Which you don't at home because it's a podcast and you don't see things on a
They're
podcast.
They're very beautiful mics.
Yes.
I mean, if you saw like Brian Setzer or something, these are the mics he uses.
So what happens is the people from Hale are from Illinois. And what they can do is they can pay people to fly out from Illinois and, hire their people who work in the factory and whatnot. And, they're not like people. They're just like behind the scenes folk. They're like Steve in the back with the gear. But they could send them to go and try and talk to people, or they could find someone like me and my buddy Kelly who actually talk to people on a regular basis and send us out to go geek out and talk about their products. So they've just kind of done that the last 3 years where they just say, hey, can you come out and work a couple days?
Oh, that's cool.
And I don't even really go to the show. I basically show up, I go to the booth, and then I go home. I haven't seen the show in 3 years.
I went many years ago. I had a friend who worked for Schecter Guitars, and he hooked me up. Yeah, with a couple of passes, and me and Sid went.
I went to NAMM once, and I don't even remember how we got in. I just remember going, and somebody had tickets.
Probably Jay.
I was so incredibly bored.
Yes.
I mean, I gotta admit, at first, I was just kind of like wandering around. I was like, well, there's nothing to buy here. I don't play shit.
Right.
Exactly.
And then I started looking around. I was like, wait a minute. Like, that's so-and-so from this band.
Right.
I mean, next thing you know, I was like, they're everywhere, dude.
Yeah.
My problem is I don't recognize musicians that way. So, I'll just be like, oh, hey, how are you? And he's like, I'm Stone Gossard from Pearl Jam. And I'm like, who?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm so-and-so. I'm like, who?
Well, and at this point, NAMM is not what it was in the 80s and 90s, where you could go and try and get like an endorsement deal. And it's like endorsements today just means you get like 10% off.
Yeah.
And that's really all it is.
Right.
So unless you are somebody who is a Stone Gossard, you're not getting shit as a musician as far as like endorsements, unless there's some little podunk in the the basement where they put all the one-off guitars and whatnot. Like you might be able to get somewhere with those guys, but most of them they don't need you.
Right.
And then the other part of it is you've got all of these aging rock stars who all have, no offense, Steve, like this dyed jet black hair.
Yeah.
And it's, and they only do it like sporadically. So you can see the roots coming in.
Yeah.
And they're like 80.
Yeah.
And you're just looking at them going, God damn, dude, just shave your head. Like Lars. I saw a video of Metallica playing on Howard Stern.
He has hair left?
No.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Dude,
but he's holding on.
It's at least halfway back on the top of his
He's
head.
got a skullet.
He looks like fucking Jason Alexander from Seinfeld. He's George. He literally looks like George from Seinfeld.
Right.
Lars, there's shrinkage.
I really don't know what he's thinking because it's terrible. Just shave it, dude.
Right.
So that's almost everybody who's there.
Yeah.
Who is of name. They all kind of look like that. So it's just, the first few years.
Did you get a
it was
good
cool.
story out of this year, or do you just people walk up and you're like, Hale, sound is...
No. I geek out. I have a good time with everybody talking about the mics. There weren't like a ton of celebrities who came by that you would recognize, but it's like the people who make those people sound good, those are the people who go to Hale. Like, if I want my shit to be good, this is where I go to get my mics.
Well, it's kind of funny because it's like the one compliment we've consistently got from the show from day one is like, you guys never have sounded terrible. It's like, because I listen to a Clippers podcast that I think these guys recorded on their iPhones with
Probably.
it's the most garbled. And I'm all, and this is brought to you by like a major like Bleacher Report. And I'm like, this is a terrible podcast. Like, I don't know why I listen to it. They're kind of entertaining, but they're always like, yeah, so we're going to talk about, let's talk a little bit about the game. And you're like, it just sounds
It ain't that
terrible.
hard these days.
Am I on AM radio?
Right?
What the fuck?
Now, I did see something really cool because my buddy Kelly, who I worked the booth with, he's like a sound genius. And he went by looking at these podcast recorders / mixers. And the technology is amazing now. So if you want to start a podcast, basically they've got little buttons on there so you can program your theme music in there, going in and out. You can take phone calls. You guys are both scrolling on your phones right now.
Well, I'm not drawing,
but
so
it's that easy that you can buy a little $500-$600 mixer and you have everything you need to put out a podcast.
Right.
It's absolutely phenomenal. So I sent you a picture of the one.
Oh, is that what you sent me? I didn't know what the hell it was.
I always
great.
have this like love-hate relationship with technology. Like, for instance, what we were just touching in our hands there, Ron. I mean, I talk so much shit about them, but
mean
at the
our
same time,
penis?
I cannot set my fucking phone. And I love my camera. I love my fucking... I was like... I gotta make my own porn now. You matter of fact, I have. Wait a minute, I'm just
3D settings.
There's all kinds of cool the things. What we're recording on right now.
That was Ronald Andrew. We were at Disneyland yesterday, and he took the phone and wanted to take a picture. And he's all, "I'm gonna take a panoramic." I'm all panoramic, son.
Saw you at the Hive of
all the
Scum and Villainy.
All the editing tools and all this crap
yeah.
that you can get, just boom. It's just like so simple. And that's why I get.
I mean, and even with what we do, we could do so much more. We just don't have the time.
I mean, you know,
Right.
and being such a believer of the DIY attitude since I was, a kid in the 80s.
Right,
I mean,
right.
fuck, dude. It's really a pretty fucking amazing time.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, we went our very first show. If you remember, when we were recording at the studio, it was like the epic setup,
Right.
And we've simplified it so much more now. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
But I mean, to me, it's like people know their audience, and podcasts are not going away.
No.
Like, people love podcasts, and I do too. Like,
it's all I listen to really during the day.
I mean, it's one of those things, and anytime I'm in the car now, it's like either a music or a podcast. That's like all I listen to. Like, terrestrial radio is dead to me as far as I care.
I'll listen to some talk radio here and there because I like Rogan's podcast. I like long format.
Sure. And he does like 90 minutes on his.
3 hours.
Sometimes,
Yeah, 3 hour
Damn.
shows, dude.
Well, he ain't got nothing else to do but smoke weed and lift
I
weights. So,
guess that's pretty much it.
That is my motherfucking dream, dude. Fucking shit, dude. But that's all I listen to during the day is podcasts. I tell you though, I've gotten some stinkers though.
Because it's like somebody's like, today we're going to talk about the murders. And you're like, what are you doing? Like, what's happening? So... But yeah, man. So Chris did NAMM, and while he was at NAMM, I went to Albuquerque
By himself.
By myself. I did
Yeah.
our first. We've basically never done a show for a whole weekend alone. I've done like a day here, a day there. So this was like putting the toe in the water because as the business expands, like this is going to be necessary.
Yeah.
And
I want it on record that I've been saying all along, this is not a good idea.
I think long term it's a great idea, but this first
you go
time,
right ahead.
so the first time, So I caught this cold like the week before. So I was sick Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the week before I left on Thursday. So much so I did not have a voice.
You haven't been to China lately, have you?
No. I did go to Corona, but I didn't go to China. So.
I'm a Modelo man myself. So I'm feeling pretty good.
So, but we, them motherfuckers just landed in March Air Force
Keep
Base
them
today.
over at March. Don't come to my gym, dickheads.
So anyway, so on the drive out, I tell Chris, I go, it's not that bad of a drive. I go, it'll be about 13 hours. Like, that's a good straight drive. I got some podcasts set up.
Shoot me in the face with that 13 hours.
I've done that drive, Chris.
No.
It is fucking rough, dude.
I don't know what you're thinking.
And then you get, have you been to fucking New Mexico?
No.
You know what's in New Mexico?
All the shows where people are fucked up are in New Mexico.
Albuquerque
Yes.
is all that is in New Mexico.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, when I got
Isn't
there,
that Better Call Saul?
like everything was closed by like 9 o'clock. I was like,
Oh no! And
I
Burn
couldn't even
Notice.
find a fucking Arby's that was open. I was like, what the fuck? Get me out of this fucking place, man.
So
I'm sure it was lovely.
So I get in the car and I drive. I took the Tesla out because, you got to drive in comfort, right? So I'm charging along the way because, you got to stop every few hours and throw it in for a little charge. And for me, I like it because I can stretch, I can get a bite to eat, and then I'm in the car again. So I'm driving.
Do you ever maybe just go into the rest stop to jerk off?
Sometimes. I mean, why not? You're on the road, you're alone. So we
They are the bathhouses of today.
They are. Some of these have some really convenient holes where you can put your toilet paper in.
Just put your fucking foot underneath the next stall.
Just tap away on them.
So in classic McAllister fashion, Steve.
No shit.
I get to Gallup, New Mexico, which is only 120 miles from where I'm going. Right. It's about 6:30 at night. So I'm like, okay, I took a little leisurely travel through Arizona because I wanted to see a town I had never been to. And I was like, all right, this is cool. And I get there and it's like starting to rain. I was like, oh fuck, like this rainstorm is moving in a little early. And then it's like starting to sleet. And then I get out of the car to plug it in. I'm like, it's fucking snowing. Shit.
Fucking snow?
Snow.
Jesus.
And I'm like, well, it's not sticking to the ground yet. I got to be here for 25 minutes and then I'm on the road. So I plug in, I go and I grab something to eat. I come back out and there's snow everywhere.
Oh, shit.
So I call the hotel. No, I can't cancel. Check around. I'm like, well, there's hotels here. It's 120 miles. Like how far, even if it's snowing, I'm only doing 60. I'll be there in 2 hours. No worries. I get in the car and start driving and it's like 20% visibility. It's snowing like a torrential freaking snowstorm. I get in behind a FedEx truck, dude. I'm doing 35 miles an hour for 4 hours straight.
You are in New Mexico, not New Hampshire.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was the most white knuckle 4-hour drive of my life. Okay. And I mean, I got out of the car and there's a picture of me like all like half like because I didn't blink for 4 fucking hours. I tried to change lanes at one point and I was like, ooh, and it started to goose. And I was like, nope, I'm just going to stay in behind the truck. I watched 4 dudes slide off the road. Oh, wow. Not 1, not 2, not 3, 4. One dude passed us at 50 and then it was as though somebody like was playing Mario Kart with him and threw a fucking shell out the door because he all of a sudden stopped and started spinning. It spun right off into the median and I'm all... Ain't nobody here stopping to help you, buddy. Good luck with that. So,
yeah, I've had a small experience like that before too. I drove from Chicago to Baltimore. You know the movie A Perfect Storm?
Yes.
That nor'eastern. Yeah, I drove through that thing with a guy in his hearse, my friend Phil, who was blazing down the motherfucking road
like nothing.
Like nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I'm from California. It rains here for about 30 seconds twice a year. And I was like, I'm going to die in this motherfucking hearse. The hearse that I'm riding in will probably carry me after I'm fucking dead too. This motherfucker, he's just fucking hauling ass, man. And I'm just like, oh, Jesus. I've never seen fucking rain like this before. I mean, it was fucking pouring. It was pouring so bad that when we got to Baltimore, like we just stayed in the hotel the whole weekend. We never left.
Wow.
We just ate in the restaurant there at the fucking hotel. And I didn't leave until I left for the airport.
Oh, Jesus.
It was crazy. It was the craziest fucking weather I've ever seen. And everybody's like, well, fuck California. You people don't know how to drive in the fucking snow and the rain.
You're like, yeah.
Yeah, there's a fucking reason, bro. Like, you can have that shit, okay?
Yeah, because it's nice and comfortable where
I'll
live.
take my 76 year round, okay?
So the best part of the weekend was it didn't rain. And it was beautiful. It was 70 like the next day. And I was like, really? Just on the day I drove out, huh? That's all. All right. Well, thanks. So, but the Albuquerque Convention Center is like right out of 1981 Comic Con days.
No shit.
It is like the convention center is, you know, it's as big as like the Riverside Convention Center, but this shit ain't been remodeled since the 70s.
Yeah.
You're like, I walked in, I'm all... it's
the gungy part of the LA Convention Center.
Yes. You're all, that's a lot of fluorescent lighting we got going on in here.
It's got like the old drapery.
Yes. Oh my God.
You can still smell the cigarette smoke when they still allow smoke
tiles.
in there.
The entire
shit.
city, dude. The entire city of Albuquerque has that.
And you can always tell when you're in an old place when it's got, like, it doesn't, like, the urinal is just a big long piss trough.
Right.
Like,
It wasn't even that.
yeah.
It was like the one where it wasn't like a raised trough. It was just like on the floor. Like I'm just peeing on the floor and there happens to be a drain there, you know? That's the one where I'm like, I'm guaranteed somebody's going to piss on my foot while I'm standing here. Yeah. So it was, but it was a good time, man. We met some new folks. We got a bunch of new fans. But it was like, holy shit, like what a drive out. And then Saturday was like packed. And then Sunday, I could have had a gunfight in the middle of my row with another person and nobody would have noticed because fucking nobody was there.
Well, you know, it's also, it's important to support the smaller guys too.
Sure.
You know, people always say, oh, you know, we don't want Comic Con or we can't get into Comic Con. I was like, okay, well then you gotta fucking support these.
Right.
You gotta go to them. You know, people gotta vend them, you know, just...
No.
Or it will just be dominated by a few big names, and yeah, you're right. You probably won't get into them.
No, and you know what? It was a good time. We had a lot of fun.
That's cool.
By we, I mean me, and by me,
I don't want
mean,
anything to do with it.
You were in Albuquerque for a comic convention. Chris was at NAMM for music, and I was at the LA Fit Expo. So how
was that?
dynamically? Oh, dude,
Honda
Jesus
put on a
Christ.
whole expo for their little car? That's so weird.
Yeah, there's like 3 of them, and like 2 of them were like fancy colors. They had like fluorescent lighting on the bottom. I was like,
Sport model.
There was a DJ. It was all do. It was really exciting.
And there was like 3 Asian girls. I couldn't even tell, and they were just like, kind of dancing like really awkwardly.
Okay.
You know,
All right.
it's kind of weird. I was like, I don't know what's going on here.
Was there a bunch of pillows that you could hug with girls on them too?
I was like, I don't know why that guy's over there is dressed like a tuna thing, and he's dancing. What the fuck is it? What did I come to, man?
So how was the Fit Expo?
Fit Expo was fucking.
Did you see a lot of Batman Blacks?
No. I did see a lot of women's leggings though.
Oh, really?
That was yes.
Why?
That because it's lightweight. Nobody's actually selling weights.
Okay.
I would love to go in and be like, I need a 25. You got a 25? I need a fresh. I need a 25 in gray.
I gotta tell you, like, we
gray?
get a pair of shorts. Women get some pretty extraordinary things, and I like to encourage them to wear them as much as possible. You can wear your active gear wherever. I support this.
I got a kid that does that.
They do.
She wears them everywhere.
Which, like one of your own or one of the?
No, one of my children.
Which one?
Lauren.
I mean,
really?
sometimes
Lauren
it's
is a
just
gym
like
rat. She's there all the
sometimes they're
time.
just like black and like kind of, you know, nothing. And then sometimes they're kind of like
Little mesh.
we got some meshy stuff, or sometimes some see-through-y stuff, or sometimes it looks like, are you wearing thigh highs too?
Yeah.
Is the see-through stuff for like when you want to work out and go to the strip club, like in the same?
Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
You know, you're just getting that pump right before you go on, coming to the stage. You know. So yeah, it was cool. I saw some guys who were like, you want to talk about some hulks, some real specimens, some mutants. So you just don't see guys like this, you know. Some women too. That was pretty cool. And then also there's a comic. It's like part comic, part fitness.
Like a comic
vendor.
book or
I
a,
thought you
like
meant a comedian.
I think
like Carrot Top was there?
No, God, that guy's bizarre.
Carrot Top's ripped.
No, they
he's
they
jacked
even have
now,
one
so.
at Comic Con where it's like, you know, pictures of like Deadpool, swollen.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Seen him
Deadlift.
before. Yeah. It's crap like that. Yeah. So,
By the way, if nobody's writing that book, I call dibs on Deadlift.
so yeah, they're always popular. But yeah, I kind of had like too many samples of pre-workout and shit.
Jesus
so I was
Christ,
pretty wired out of my fucking mind when I was like, oh, Jesus Christ.
He was freaking great.
I got home.
Dude.
I went from LA to Riverside like fucking nothing, dude. I was like, look, I'm already home.
And you got home and you're like, fuck, I forgot the car.
Jesus Christ. 17 minutes from LA to Riverside. It's amazing. You know, fuck.
I mean, not that I don't like a free sample, but like when you took like your fourth or fifth sample of pre-workout, like how do you know that it's working?
This is what would happen because, dude, you can feel it in your hands. Like my hands are itching. The palms of my hands.
Yeah, but that's because you're like a fucking meth addict.
So I'm like,
point.
I try like a fucking protein bar. I go, oh god, that was fucking gross. Here, give me something to wash it down. Here, another shot of pre-workout, dude.
Wow.
I was a bit like, oh fuck me, man.
It's like sometimes
Go do some fucking burpees.
That's like I was going to the gym the other day and I got up early like at like 5 and I drank a bang to like wake up, and then I was like, I got to the gym and I was like, oh, I'm starting to feel down already. And it was only like 8. And so I drank a second bang, which was probably not the best idea because I hadn't eaten anything. And it was just like,
through you.
Dude, it was one of those things where it hit me. And then I was like, I felt like I was like one of the guys from The Wire where I was like trying to buy meth.
I wish I could be back there again. Those bangs, yeah, I just drink this for the flavor.
At this point.
Yeah.
That's 300 milligrams of...
I'll give you a scoop of my fucking pre.
I can't do that shit, dude. I did some pre-workout once, and I was just like, I am a tweaker. I feel like
I'll
a
never
fucking
forget
tweaker.
the first time I tried it. I was like, holy fucking shit. What did you give me, dude? Like, why am I itchy like this? Why can't I feel my face? What the fuck is this, dude?
Yeah, I'm not down with all
Now
that.
I
You
only
guys enjoy.
I was fucking pretty bad about it, but now I only hit it about once, maybe twice a week. I was doing it daily.
I don't even drink the energy drinks because I'm afraid I'm
Multiple
going to have heart
scoops.
failure if I get hooked on them.
Yeah.
Like I'm just afraid it's going to start going.
I mean, you're getting pretty old, so
I
it's
am
like
getting
one of
up
those
there,
things
dude.
where, you know. I mean, you gotta, once you start dyeing your hair, like it makes you younger. So,
Right.
Dude, I gave up. I don't even have hair at this point.
well, at this point, you're starting to look like powder over there. So it's,
I was thinking, what's his name from REM?
oh, Michael Stipe, yeah,
There you
dude.
go.
A little
Yeah.
Stipe vibe.
Yeah, nice, dude, nice. All right, well, that's a catch up on what we've been up to. Let's talk a little. Let's talk a little bit about what's been going on in the world. So we finished The Witcher, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve.
Listen, man.
I can't believe you went through most of that and didn't get through to the payoff.
You didn't finish it?
Oh no, I've seen it now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still kind of like, nah.
Well, I
you
mean,
know, kinda
okay,
fucking-
it's not gonna change the world.
I gotta tell you, dude, it's just not for me. It has such an overwhelming WB vibe to it. I just can't get past your favorite character, the Bard.
I love the Bard.
The fucking Bard is the worst character in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes,
I don't
he
give a
is.
fuck.
First off, the Bard is the most fun to play because not only do you get to not fight, you get to write songs all night long.
Yes, I have an idea for a sonnet. Fuck. Will this guy die already? You know? He's the character that the barbarian just keeps like man raping.
You
and shit.
realize you're like what's this? I was free. It's Geralt.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce his name.
Fuck.
Yes, you're Steve is like.
To me, it's the one. It's like he just says "fuck" like once an episode.
Right.
I was like, "Oh shit!" Superman just fucking swore, dude. That was kind of cool.
Come on, dude. There was so much to like about the show, though.
Definitely not the Bard.
Oh,
He drove me insane.
Like I said, man, I still couldn't get around. Like to me, the names weren't very memorable.
No.
The places weren't either.
and they were, dude. All I know is
couple of
the
things
girl's
that were
name was
kinda
Yennefer,
cool. Yennefer, and,
and I'm like, what?
and I'm thinking to myself,
Yennefer?
how many fucking Yennefers are there
Oh
in my
no!
life? You know, and
was anybody else kind of like, I don't know, man. I kind of liked her. She was a little hotter as a cripple.
I said that, dude. And my wife got like, "What's wrong with you?" But I'm like, "Yeah, she was
Something about her jaw.
This is probably where Ron's gonna cut me on the fucking like later. So, but it's like you just want to get her in the fucking handicap stall, and she's like,
Oh,
fucking banging
Jesus.
away on her, she's her like that kind of with her
Is she
fucked
a
up.
seal? Like,
I mean, what the fuck was in her mouth, man? the balls of the last ball she had in her mouth.
Okay. I felt like there was something more interesting about her.
She is smoking hot. It was like all them people could get themselves some. That's all I'm saying. Between her and Superman,
I didn't think it was funny when you're not a very good witch, so we're gonna turn you into a fucking
an eel.
Throw you in the water. Here, push it in. That was kind of funny.
Well, I was
actually laughing.
There was some. I mean, look, there was some good stuff. I didn't love the storytelling aspect. I didn't like the fact that we were doing so much time jumping.
Oh, I liked that.
Yeah,
it took me a minute to figure out what the hell.
Made everything.
There was a little wait a minute. What?
There was 1 or 2 episodes before I okay, I see what they're doing.
I think it's the type of thing that'll be better on a rewatch because I know what's coming, as opposed to trying to follow a narrative that's jumping through time, but also in such a way where there's no semblance of what's happening.
And the fucking. Dude, the fucking phrase.
But think about Pulp Fiction first time you saw it.
Throw a fucking coin to your witcher.
Oh my God, I wanted to shoot that dude.
I swear to God. So
Why was Kip Winger singing the theme song for The Witcher?
Every fucking Wednesday, I post on my Instagram a Werewolf Wednesday thing, and somebody's always got to say some fucking stupid shit like that. And it's like,
toss a coin to the werewolf or what?
Throw a coin to the Witcher to hunt the werewolf? Just go away.
Oh man,
why do I let people comment and I don't?
I'm gonna definitely post a lot of Witcher related.
Oh, now
music,
it's on,
and I'm just gonna tag Steve.
You've opened the can of worms, man.
I'm gonna write a sonnet for you, Steve, about werewolves hunting in the night. So
now Matt Luxinger is going to be posting about the fucking Witcher every time and tag Steve in it.
Oh,
or fucking Glenn.
Or Glenn. It'll be Glenn too.
Are we doing shout out corner again?
I guess.
What do we got? Roman and then
I got Roman too.
We got all sorts of people that listen to that.
Trust me, I'm sitting there on the fucking shitter at 2:30 in the morning looking at what I was linked to the night before, just shaking my head at the fucking phone. I was like, you guys are not funny.
Send all hate mail.
So what did you think about the monsters though? I mean, we had quite a few monsters show up.
There was some okay stuff. It was all right.
There was some banged up stuff too.
I mean, some of it. I did like the episode with the girl in the castle that was like the daughter and the creature she turned into. That was pretty cool design.
Yes.
She was pretty cool looking.
And then
I liked how it still had the umbilical cord hanging. I was like,
gross.
oh,
it's a bit much.
No, it wasn't a bit much. I like that. It's like that's where it's like I like you're pushing that.
Well, maybe here's what I think. Maybe they go back in season 2, Steve, and some of the stuff you didn't love, like they could do some course correction. There's no reason to give up yet. I mean, your wife's gonna make you watch it.
I'm
anyways.
a jackass. I'm gonna watch it. Yeah.
I kind of feel like I would rather watch this than any of the CW shows that
that's
still watching over here.
That's
because he's still on all of them. He is.
I'm not on all of them, but Arrow just ended, so.
And I know you were
I can't believe it's
watching
still
that.
No, it just ended. They just did the finale, like the final episode of Arrow.
I can't believe it lasted as long as it did.
Well, it was, he was, low rent Batman for a few seasons, but look, everyone's got their own flavor of stuff, but I can watch that with my son in the room and I don't got to worry about it. I can't watch The Witcher with him in the room because it's a lot of sex and nudity and death and oops. Well,
occasional fucks.
To each their own. So he gets enough occasional fucks out of me. Like I don't need the Witcher the Superman to also be adding on to that.
Yeah, that definitely is.
I have had people point out from time to time, man, you really swear on your kids a lot. I said, have you ever seen the classic A Christmas Story?
There you go.
Yes. I said, when the dad was going, I said, actually, what he was really doing in real life was he was cussing. Mm-hmm. So, yes, I cuss around my children.
From time to time.
I said, trust me, I've already explained to him, you never cuss to me or other adults. We don't cuss around them. But when you're on the playground, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Don't be, And for those parents out there who think that doesn't happen,
it definitely does.
It definitely does. They already know what the middle finger is, trust me. So.
Okay, so, thoughts. Like everything wants to be the next Game of Thrones at this point.
Oh, this is definitely not that.
No, it's not even close.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, there's
nowhere near.
I mean, I watched the fucking Game of Thrones. The first season, I was like, wow, this is fucking something right now.
Right.
Well,
I never read the books. Man, unlike you guys, I had never even heard of the motherfucking books.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But when that show came out, I was like, wow, this is fucking amazing.
Right.
Man. And look, I mean, we got how many seasons of awesome content from that? I don't see that lasting. I don't see The Witcher lasting like that.
You'll get 2, maybe 3 out of it.
Maybe.
I think for me, the thing that like constantly blows me away is when we do like grand scale epic stuff is how bad they fail at the grand scale epic stuff. Mm-hmm. And like with The Witcher, I felt like every town was like
the same town.
Like I said, it just wasn't a memorable place. It wasn't,
and then it was like everybody in the town felt like they came right off of like backlot casting
they were like
England.
NPCs in the video.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it even seemed like some of the lines were straight off the fucking game.
And it was like, to me, I was like, I wanted more memorable characters. Yeah. Like the queen and the king, I thought were very memorable.
The girl in the first episode,
she was great.
She was really, really good.
But it was
and then
like,
they kill her off.
But the Ministry of Magic folks, I was like, I don't care about any of these
None
people.
of them.
Like,
None of them.
I like the leads.
And they weren't even cool ministry. Yeah, they were really dumbed down.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'll give the second season a go, but if it doesn't improve like quickly,
I mean,
like
even
I'm
to
out.
the point where it was like, oh, well, look at that. We got the rainbow of fucking people here. How fucking predictable. There was nothing special about any one of them.
No.
You're talking about the fairy folk or whatever they were?
The elves?
Is that what they were? The elves?
I don't even get that shit. I was like, man,
no, when they took the elf boy and the princess.
I don't know. Then they came across the Amazons in the woods.
And they were the dryads. They were supposed. And I was like, well, you don't look like fucking forest folk at all.
No, not really. They're too clean. Everyone's too clean.
It was like Mad Max met The Witcher, but they lived in the woods.
I don't know. Like, listen, man, I'll keep watching because you're right. When my wife is watching it, so I'll watch it with her. But
for me, it's like, it's one of those things where this is where world design really comes into play. Like, if you got a bunch of folks that are living in the forest, like, they should look dirty. Like, they should not. I can buy, like, the elves in Lord of the Rings because they don't live in the trees. They got, like, bitchin' ass houses that they live on the other side of a waterfall or some shit, But the dwarves are a bunch of dirty little fuckers that live underground.
That's one thing, too, is like, when we think of these things, we go back to something like Lord of the Rings, which it was so epically awesome.
Right.
It'll stand the test of time.
The hair was dirty.
Not the Hobbit movies, but the Lord of the Ring movies. There's a difference. But it's like trying to trump trying to trump Star Wars.
Right.
Hope it's just not going to happen.
Well, because you got to build. Okay, like there are a few movies I've seen that built really convincing worlds right out of the gate. Like The Fifth Element.
Mm-hmm.
Feels incredibly lived in. I could have watched
a dozen of those.
Yeah,
movies.
and you got like one good tale out of it, but like every time I watch that movie, I'm like, man, the world building, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Blade Runner.
Oh,
fucking Blade Runner has amazing.
Still,
world
one of my
building.
dreams is either going to be the future is going to be Blade Runner or Road Warrior, and
Sure.
I still want either one.
The first Terminator. The future in the first Terminator. No, none of the other ones after that.
No.
But that future's like the future they laid out. You were like, dude, this is amazing. Right. This show, like, I'm like, man, I don't believe any of you actually live in this world.
Yeah.
And not only that, but like in a world where magical creatures exist, and they apparently seem to be really fucking dangerous. Like, I never understand that. Like, how does anybody just own a farm? When you're like, giant cockroach creatures are going to come and eat me if I live out in the middle of fucking nowhere,
Right.
It's the same thing that when I watch Game of Thrones and like the armies are marching across the lands, raping and pillaging. And I'm like, there's got to be somewhere where this isn't happening or nobody's eating, Like,
right.
Like, it just seemed like there was a lot of that, And I'm like, can people just like live in a town like that isn't being overrun by a horde of troops? Like, is that possible? Like, I don't know, man. I just, I'd like to see more hot pie and less
It gets
I'd like to
Ron
see
very,
more
it
hot
gets very anxious, and he starts wandering around the room while the show's on. So he just wants to watch like a medieval Gordon Ramsay show.
That'd be great, dude. I'm in for that. Like where Hot Pie comes in and starts yelling at them about like, they're like, how are you going to serve anybody? Look at this pie. It's not even hot. It's like, that's why they call me Hot Pie. Ta-ta. So, no. All right. So it's a big no on The Witcher from all you guys?
No, Witcher was okay.
I'm lukewarm. This next
I think
season,
the payoff was worth it.
They better
for me.
motherfucking wow me in the second season, or I will be done.
Sure.
So.
Well, I mean, you think there's some shows that didn't have great first seasons that grew into better second seasons, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You probably saw I posted something about it. I just started rewatching Eureka. You remember that show?
I do, but I gotta tell you, man,
It was a long time ago.
I was super hit and miss on it too.
Yeah.
But you know what, man? It holds up. I'm amazed at how well it holds up. And that shit is 13, 14 years old. Like, it was 2006.
It's always amazed me how Sci-Fi Channel has just never been able to pull it off like everybody's
But that show is great.
Because it was a sci-fi original
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
But that's one of those rare sci-fi shows that actually, like, you can watch more than a couple episodes.
Man, I feel like since
I gave up on sci-fi a long time ago.
Battlestar Galactica was the last thing. I mean, I tried Krypton. It was all right. It just didn't do it for me. I mean, some of these, you know, I mean, everybody's doing genre shit now, you know. So
Give it a couple of episodes, dude.
well, I know that
I think if you go back to it, you'd be pleasantly surprised at how good it was, how good that show is.
I know that what the answer is going to be, but is anyone planning on watching Picard in the room? They just dropped that first episode, so I know Chris isn't because he ain't paying for another streaming
I ain't paying for
service.
another goddamn streaming service.
What's it on now?
It's on CBS
CBS
All Access, so
I damn sure ain't paying for fucking CBS.
I'm with Chris on this one. I'm fucking sitting that shit out, man.
I might pay for a month once all the episodes are out and just binge it, you know.
Fuck, dude. I mean, listen, I love Trek, and I love. No, I can't do it.
No.
I gotta put my foot down on that
At
one.
some point, these motherfuckers got to get together. Now, I will say, one of them, like, hooked up with somebody else. Maybe it's Hulu or Amazon or somebody's running multiple streaming things. Or
Well, I could have swore the deal was with Disney was like you can get Disney, Hulu, and ESPN.
You get Disney, Hulu, and ESPN Plus, which is their online stuff, for $12 a month. So, which is what I'm paying for.
Yeah.
It's not bad. And
Yeah,
then
I'm paying for
HBO's the next one too, because they're gonna basically get rid of the DC streaming because that's not hitting.
No.
And they're gonna Time Warner is gonna wrap that into HBO Max. So
I gotta be honest, and we do a
I ain't paying for that
podcast
one
about pop culture and movies, and I find myself watching less and less and less crap all the time. It has really got to be something fucking special for me to take my time out to watch it, dude.
Well, I think also-
there's a lot of crap out there.
It's
a lot of
hard to
garbage.
filter through everything nowadays as well. Like, not a ton of stuff hits
there's
the
a
zeitgeist.
ton out there. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's it. That's what
know?
we're saying.
But I think it's great for people who want to get their stuff turned into a show, but it's kind of like musicians. It's the same thing. You've got so much access to so much content that nothing is really poking through.
Well,
Not in any real sense.
You know,
Not like
I'm
Game of
looking-
Thrones did.
looking for something that's memorable. It's awesome. Just
I mean, we had The Boys.
yeah,
That's pretty dope.
yeah.
I mean, I'm looking forward to season 2 of that, but
Yeah.
I mean, once again, I don't know that.
Umbrella Academy was another one that did really well.
I think it was fun, you know. But I think at the end of the day, it just seems like more of the same, you know. And let's
I've
be
been saying that shit for 2 years on this podcast.
yeah. But I mean, even the stuff that's special is not like overly special, you know. So or this, I mean, I think what we're all going to end up with is we're going to end up with the British style of television, which is limited series. You're going to get like 12 episodes of something, and that's it. And then why do I need to make more?
Right.
Like,
You're already seeing that.
I mean, Watchmen just did that, and they're not doing a second season
That
of that.
shit was
You know,
great.
I think that like expecting something to run for 10 years is a mistake anymore.
Well, I mean, look at when we first started this podcast and how gun ho we were about The Walking Dead, and now we don't even talk about it anymore.
Not
I'm
really.
just
I mean, Chris and I still watch it, but
I'm fucking done with it. I just just ran its fucking course for me. I just not interested. It went.
This last season,
that one just went too goddamn
so much
long.
better.
It just went too long. For
Now,
me.
when the movies come out, are you going to go see the movies?
There's movies now coming out.
Yeah,
You haven't heard this?
I haven't heard nothing.
That's why they sent Rick off.
They're spinning Rick off into a trilogy of
Yeah,
movies.
man, I almost don't even give a fuck, dude. Really?
Yeah, but what if it's like zombies with big budget? You wouldn't go if it like had like some cool shit.
Fuck, bro. I think I've seen it to death, man.
I mean, that is kind of the problem with that is we got to a point where the zombies were not the point anymore.
Well, you know,
I mean, always was
and
not
I know,
the
and I know
point, but-
Kirkman was like that was his plan when he started the comic. It was more we are the Walking Dead, the living were the Walking Dead,
Right.
actually. But like I said, man, when we got by the time we got to the Whisperers, I mean, how many years had it gone on? Right, and it's like, oh, hey, look, these people are like bringing civilization back. We don't have to eat fucking like garbage out of the ground, right? And they go, no, I don't really feel like doing that. I just feel like walking around like with dead people.
I just think that the
That's
trash
fucking
people were
stupid, dude.
when the up people.
The ups, yeah. I mean, I can see how they were like, okay, we're going to try to build these different societies, kind of, and some of them are going to fail, and that was definitely one of the failure ones.
That was a bit off the mark.
But it's like here, you're into this. Like, how old is Judith by this point?
I don't know, like 12, 10, some shit.
I mean, this has been going on for a long fucking time. And to me, it's just like it's just done.
Sure,
it's just done. We know they're out there. We'll just deal with them. But we're gonna fucking bring this back.
Sure.
We're gonna fucking bring this back. That you did what you had to do in the beginning, and that time is over. I mean, what was one of the questions? How many people have you killed? Everybody had killed somebody, and everybody had done something that they weren't very proud of to survive. So you get
but
kind
now
of a
you've
pass.
got a generation of people who haven't.
But those people,
and that's the new
those
show
people,
that's coming.
Those people were wandering around still. Were like they were adults. They remember what it was like.
You gonna give that show a shot?
Which one?
The spinoff.
No,
It's not even a spinoff. It's like
like
another
a sequel.
Yeah.
No,
It's like here's an entire generation of kids who grew up where this was their entire reality, and they've never been out into the world of the zombies.
Yeah, I don't even care.
It could be good.
It's not compelled at all about it. Yeah,
I'm kind of feeling the same way, but
I'm trying to sell it something you're like.
I mean,
I'm just curious enough that
I'll
I'll probably
love?
watch it.
I love makeup. I love special effects.
Sure.
Man, you have done the gauntlet of motherfucking
Yes, you
zombie
have.
variations.
I mean, I've seen
and then
nuclear
some.
zombie. I've seen
And I've
beach
seen
zombie.
them. I've seen how you pulled their faces off and all kinds of cool gags, and I loved it, and it was great. But man, it's ran its fucking course for me. It's time to move on to something else.
Well, and I
give
mean-
me something. Give me some fucking werewolf biker gang.
I'm honestly,
That's overly specific. You got an idea
Dude,
you're
that'd be
pitching?
fucking cool, man.
I'm a little surprised that they've even kind of put forward a new series.
Oh, they're gonna
Based
milk
on
that
how
until
it's-
that
I mean,
motherfucker
and-
dies.
Yeah, but
dude.
I kind of feel like it's waned.
Look at how
enough.
awesome, like Alien, and the first few movies of that was, of what that fucking mutated into, Prometheus. I'm sorry, man. Those fucking movies sucked, and they like fuck to me. It hurt the whole genre of the movies.
Well, I
think
mean,
they fucking are terrible.
That was, I mean, they brought him back though to do, like the original creator, like to do those movies.
Hey, you get old and fucking stupid. And I'll tell you what, and I can say this from one of my fucking favorite people, dude, was fucking George A. Romero. Those last few movies he fucking made fucking sucked, man.
Wait, you didn't like the
Land of the Dead was fucking terrible.
Oh, the one where they lived in the city?
And then, yeah, with fucking Dustin Hoffman and
I wasn't
shit.
the worst. I had some good
No,
ideas.
it got worse after
It got worse
that.
after that, though.
It
That
fucking
one-
got terrible.
but
So
that
no,
one had some
they
cool
don't get a
concepts.
fucking pass just because they one time 40 fucking years ago hit George Lucas made the fucking goddamn prequels.
Right.
So no, they don't get a fucking
does not get a pass for
man.
that.
First off, how dare you?
They start fucking, I don't know. They go.
That's
too
the
far.
only justification you need to take the Star Wars out of his
Yeah.
hands. Like, look
I
what you
mean,
did. You're
shit,
done. We're getting
dude.
somebody else to
What
do
are
your
you
movies.
talking about, dude? Like the prequels are fantastic.
shit, here we go.
I mean, and then Romero, he got so bad. He's like doing crowdsourcing to make the fucking movies that he made.
Well, some of the stuff
they
he
were
made
garbage, and I watched them. You go, you really made this?
Like he did the handheld one too. Was like
shaky cam crowd.
Not interested in that.
Fuck, dude.
Well, we got some Star Wars news since we've all transitioned to that. Thanks for bringing up the prequels.
That was Steve's fault. I'm trying like hell not to bring up the prequels, but since you brought it up,
so we got new Clone Wars coming out, the final season of Clone Wars.
Jesus Christ! I thought that was supposed to come out like last September.
No, it comes out this coming month. So this February. So February 21st, actually. And then in other news, we've got the Obi-Wan Kenobi series has been delayed for Disney Plus. So they're going to delay it for a year.
Okay, but the real question is, have you been on the Rise of the Resistance yet?
I have not.
Has anybody other than Mike and Kelly been on?
We did, but okay. So right now, like we're gonna go and try to make a go of it when he goes on spring break, because the only way you can do it is you got to get there when at 9:00 when the park opens.
No. You got to get there when the parking structure opens.
Well, that's not true. So you got to be there. You got to basically the way it works is they have an app now, and you log into the app. To get a ride group. All right. So that way you're not waiting in line for fucking 12 hours to go on this thing.
That's ridiculous.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's good and bad, because what the good part of it was I knew we weren't going on Rise of Resistance yesterday because all the slots were full because we didn't get there until like 5:30 at night. So I was like, not a big deal. We'll just go and do other stuff. So and all the lines were super short yesterday because everybody that had gone to Disneyland went early in the morning to try and get on this ride. So
Jesus fucking Christ.
Right?
Well, it's Comic-Con, dude. It's Comic-Con brought to you in the world form of Disneyland. So, and what it is it's like a lottery, dude. You get there at 9:00 in the morning, and right now they can basically do about 116 to 122 groups a day. I don't know how many's in a group.
How much does it fucking cost getting to Disneyland now?
$1.25.
Exactly.
But all the other rides are still there. It's just this, dude, the demand for this thing is amazing. Not only that, it's a long-ass ride. Like, the ride in its totality is almost 18 minutes.
Do you get your dick sucked by a Twi'lek at the end?
You do, actually. You get done at the end. And
wait a minute, a Twi'lek?
Yeah. The Ula chicks.
Oh, okay. What was the Nick Nolte character? That's who I thought you were talking about.
That's an Ugnaught.
Okay. I guess I learned something about myself just now.
That you're really attracted to short dudes with big faces?
I guess.
But yeah, man. So the way it works is basically at opening at 9:00, you log into the app, you get a boarding group, and then they call the boarding group. So you can go enjoy the park for the rest of the day. Mm-hmm. And when they call your boarding group, you're still waiting in line to get on the ride for like almost 40 minutes. So even having the boarding group...
That I can take. I can take 40 minutes.
Oh, shit.
But I mean, it's like one of the...
me.
Chris like, fuck that, man.
But I mean, it's like...
He's like, you got 14 minutes,
how's this?
I'm out.
When we went last night, we were walking by it on the way out because we went to the cantina for the first time.
Yeah.
And we were walking by... And by the way, we had to have a reservation to get in the cantina.
Oh, my God.
That's too much, man.
Well, I mean, the demand is strong, dude. Now, at this point, you could do the Millennium Falcon ride in like 20 minutes. It's like...
Gee, I wonder why no one wants to ride that piece of shit.
Because we've all ridden it at this point.
Yeah, it's called Star Tours with buttons. It's fucking terrible.
But the line
is terrible.
The line for Star Tours is super short, too.
Of course.
Yeah. Weirdly...
Because it's that fucking ride without the buttons. Nobody wants either one of those.
So the cool thing about the cantina... First off, they serve alcohol, which is fantastic.
Nice.
All the drinks are wonderful.
Very expensive.
It is not cheap. I will say that.
Fuck that shit. I'm out on that one.
Well, I mean, it's Disneyland. You're gonna pay. How's this? You been to a bar in LA at any point recently?
No.
I mean,
I'd be like, listen, dude, I'm just gonna take this fucking $5 bottle of fucking water, 16 ounces. I'm just gonna sip the fucking water out the fucking tap, dude. That's what I'm gonna fucking do, dude.
It's basically you're paying for the ambiance, but the best part about it, dude, is they got Rex, the old driver from fucking Star Tours.
Yeah,
like that old robot is a DJ, so it's DJ Rex, and he's up there spinning Star Wars tunes. So it's like all the shit you've heard in the background from like Star Wars movies. It's all designed like that, and it's like aliens singing jazz music, and then aliens doing doing the fucking episode 2 Death Stick music, and I'm just like, this is amazing. And then Rex talks in between songs. He's like, well, everybody, and I'm just all, this is great. And I'm sitting in the Han Solo booth. Like, I could not be any better than it is right now, you know? So.
All right. Hey, listen, man, you're living your best Star Wars life.
Did they have a little blaster mark where Greedo missed?
It wasn't you're not on Mos Eisley.
So wait, hold on. Oh wait, you have season pass.
Yeah, we have passes.
I was gonna say, wait a minute, what time did you go yesterday?
Yeah, right.
How much fucking money did you spend for one fucking day at 5 o'clock? Oh
no,
shit.
I mean, look, dude, we did the passes because we went to dinner last night.
Yeah.
And then we went to dinner at Downtown Disney, and then we went inside.
Jen and I it used to be date night.
Yeah, we catch 3 rides, dude. We go like once or twice a month.
Yeah.
And it's like the way the family works, everybody gets to choose a ride. He chose Autopia. Mom chose I chose Pirates of the Caribbean. Mom wanted to go on Big Thunder Mountain. We did
you guys ever go on Mr. Toad?
I live Mr. Toad on the way there and back because I drive the Tesla. So
that motherfucking ride is dark. When's the last time you went on that ride?
It's the Wind in the Willows ride,
It's
right?
been a few years.
Dude, we went recently. He fucking dies in a car accident and goes to hell, and then the doors open. That's the end of the fucking ride.
It's kind of cool.
It's like, whoa.
What's kind of funny is all the kids' rides are like overly dark at Disneyland. And I said this years ago, which I was like, every ride here is about death. Every ride.
Oh,
like
Christ.
the originals.
I mean, don't even get me going on fucking Pinocchio. I mean,
dude, he never becomes a boy.
Well, I mean, just, in the fucking... I could just...
No, tell me more, please. Tell me more.
I mean, just... wait, what? No, Peter Pan. And the fucking... And
the kids and the Lost Boys.
The Indians
and
shit. Just like, all the rides really... I love them. Don't change a thing.
Well, we did the Tiki Room as well.
Oh,
I love the Tiki Room.
I love the Tiki Room.
No.
Yeah, the Tiki Room is good in the middle of motherfucking summer. You're like, I gotta sit down.
But
and
the
cool
Tiki
fuck
Room-
only
down.
time you'd want to go in the Tiki Room
I need
is the
some
middle of
AC.
summer
I
when
need
you are
some
high
AC.
as fuck.
But
And that's
that
the
shit-
only time that's
Give
entertaining.
me one of them pineapple drinks at the beginning.
But that shit,
That's
like,
it.
let's be real. Like, I walked in, I'm all, this is like a Dean Martin skit from the late
Right,
50s. I'm
right.
Yes.
all, who gets this besides me? And
Shit. And
it's-
when we're gone, what the fuck? Nobody's gonna get it.
And that's what I told the wife and I were talking. I was like, man, I think that like if you're Ronald Andrew, like in the 50s when this opened in 56, like my dad was working there.
Look at these cool fucking birds. Just,
Yeah, but that's like these birds are like, and they're doing the Rat Pack, dude. This is really fun. How brilliant and genius is this? And now like 60 years later, I'm like, the fuck are you referencing at this point?
Right.
You know?
Totally.
And it's like, hello, I am here at the bird. And it's like, well, the birds are multicultural. There's lots of different birds, you know? And it just cracks me up because I'm like, I don't know who this is for, but I love it. I love every moment of it.
So bad.
No, it's so kitschy. That's the best part about
Oh,
it.
it definitely is that.
Are you not a fan of the Tiki
I
Room?
love
No,
it.
dude,
You know
I'm
what?
not
You
a
know
fan
what?
of the Tiki Room.
Of the one thing I wish they would fucking bring back. Remember when we were fucking younger? Right outside there, they had the fucking trading post that was full of fucking skulls and shit.
Yeah.
That's where Voodoo Glow Skulls got their name.
Really?
Was from those fucking skulls.
I don't think they sell those anymore.
No, they don't. No, they need to bring them back. I
Like-
fucking want them so bad. I used to have a collection of the motherfuckers. That was the goal. Every time I went, I would get one of those. I had a fucking pile of them, dude. I love those skulls, man.
Well, what weirds me out is I've never exited Star Wars Land on the Rebel side over where the rides
You're
are.
talking to somebody. I have not been there. You have?
Yeah, I've been.
Okay, so
I'm the one guy.
Yeah,
that-
but
the land is impressive as
but
hell.
it dumps you out next to what used to be the Country Bear Jamboree and is Splash Mountain.
Yeah.
And that has always been a dead end.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we came out there and I'm all, what the what?
Fuck,
It's like I'm all, oh, where am I? I'm like
You
so
got up, you're
lost.
like, oh, I guess.
And nobody goes over there.
That's
No,
it. Yeah.
no.
All right, we're out of here.
But as I was sitting in the Tiki Room, I was like, dude, I miss the Country Bear Jamboree. That
Yes.
thing was a blast, you know?
You know where those are?
No.
Those are fucking Garner Holt and Redlands.
What?
Yeah. The animatronics lab, all those fucking bears are over there.
Do they still gig or is it?
Yeah, they still, they
They get
play
out
They gig.
for the tours. No, you know what? I think for some, they do a lot of the animatronics at a lot of the different parks around the country. And I think there was something they were being used for some park somewhere. I don't know if I was supposed to tell that.
Well, I don't know that they've got some really great animatronics in the new Star Wars ride, though, too. Like, they've got a really bitchin' Kylo Ren that shows up, like, multiple times.
You know
I gotta tell you, if the Star Wars land is anything like, we went one year, and this is fucking, Jesus, this must have been right when the boys were born. And it was the fucking Christmas parade with the fucking fireworks. And Main Street was fucking shoulder to shoulder. It was the most insane fucking crowd I think I've ever walked through. I mean, beyond even Comic Con. So Star Wars Land is like that, man. I'm almost not even.
But it's not like that.
I'm telling you, there's like, we went last night.
I'll see it in 40 fucking years.
Hey, there was nobody there. Like, I was dumbfounded. We were walking around.
It's not the land that's the problem. It's the ride.
Yeah.
The ride is impossible to get on unless you're
I
lucky
gotta
enough
tell
to be
you,
in the
man,
boarding group.
we sacked it up and lined it for the fucking Cars ride across California Adventure.
60 minutes, man.
Jesus
Good Lord.
fucking Christ, with twins that were 5.
Yeah.
Oh fuck me, dude.
Dude,
I mean,
I didn't even wait
about-
for that line.
Dude, that was like
With adult children. And I'm like, no, we're not waiting for this.
Yeah,
you could
either
see.
way.
You could see by the time we were done with that, I was like, pack it fucking up.
We're
It's
going
time
home.
to go home, man.
Well, at a certain point, you're like, I mean, once again,
Did
it's
you
not.
do a park hopper?
No.
You just went to California Adventure?
Oh no, yeah, we had the park hopper pass. I thought
Okay.
you. I'm sorry, I misunderstood you. I thought you meant like the line fucking app.
No,
thing. Seeing that all that, I was like, when did all this shit happen? Like, you got to get a fucking app, and then you want you want fast passes for everybody. Oh, that's gonna be $10 for each person too. Oh, there's another fucking $40. Like, it just was like, get the fuck out of here.
I
dude,
mean,
with
you
this
could still.
fucking-
They have it set up for touristy people to maximize their money. The Max
mean,
Pass.
Fuck.
It's the future, dude. Like, it's always been the future since they introduced
I
that
guess,
shit.
Man, I'll tell you what, dude. I'll throw on some fucking. You got me for $7. I'll watch your fucking channel.
That's all you get.
Dude, I couldn't fucking believe, dude. Lunch was 60 fucking bucks.
Oh, yeah.
I'm starting to sound like fucking Red from that 70s show.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of fucking dumbass shit is this? Some fucking AM, PM fucking food
That's why we don't eat there.
for $60 fucking dollars? Oh,
Well,
fuck
that's
me,
the thing that
man.
always kind of kills me. It's like this park was designed
It's
to be a park for families of all kinds
This
to
is
go.
retail. You paid fucking top dollar to go into the mall, and it's got a few rides.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fucking what
Yeah,
it is,
yeah.
dude.
But that's not
Listen,
what it
I've
was.
been bamboozled for a
It
long
wasn't
time.
that.
I ain't so fucking fresh to it anymore. Like, all my fucking Star Wars dork friends, Jesus fucking Christ. Right now, they're...
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm living my best Star Wars life. I fucking guess so, dude. I'm fucking serious, dude. That's the shit they
Jesus,
say.
they
Like,
did
get
not
the-
say that.
Yes. And you're like,
Wow.
get the fuck out of here, dude.
I mean, look, how's this? I got my money's going to other shit. All right, I got adventures that are
Yes.
outside of the Star Wars world. But look, if I could take the kid,
oh, no,
they got the
yeah.
they got the build the lightsaber thing. It's harder for you because
That's
you
cool
got
as
two.
hell.
Right.
But you could build a lightsaber and it's like magical, and fucking Yoda shows up at the end and like helps you and like through a hologram and all sorts of shit. And you get to put the kyber crystal in the thing and like
That's
put it-
pretty dope,
I mean,
dude.
but it's like $2.
I mean,
Wait, what?
you know,
yeah,
It's $200
You know-
but it's a dope ass lightsaber.
Jesus.
for a lightsaber?
It ain't like the fucking Hasbro little chintzy ones that I get for
Oh,
25, dude.
Jesus.
fuck.
Dude, you just ruined it for me. I thought maybe $50.
No.
Wow.
The droids,
I'm verklempt.
the droids,
Talk amongst
the
yourselves.
droid shop where you could build the R2 or the little BB-8.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of.
That's $100.
Go get the fuck out.
That's crazy, too.
That was not that cool. I mean, it was cool to see the little parts. And actually, I went in there and I didn't know I wasn't supposed to go right up to where the conveyor belts are. I'm like
Yeah.
looking at it and like, oh, are you building a droid? I'm like, no, I just wanted to see what was going on. Oh, well, you're welcome to observe from over here, with
Right.
with their non-pointing hands, You need to observe from this area. I'm like,
Chris is becoming
yeah,
that
okay.
fucking character for fucking Mad TV. The lady. You know which one I'm talking about?
I
Yeah.
do. That's a way back reference right there, though.
Seriously.
Yeah.
But But once again,
Excuse me.
It's premium content. Like when you go to places like this, it's premium. It's no difference than look, dude. We all been going to concerts for years and years, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you ever feel the need to pay to be in a box? That's premium content for premium folk. Like, let them spend that money, you know?
Yeah, we were going to different concerts.
The difference is there's lawn seats. When you're talking about Disneyland, there's no lawn seats.
How this? I'm not talking about like when you went to the punk show where there was like 200 people in a mosh pit down in the front. I'm talking like when you went to like a real show, like out in the like an
amphitheater.
Yeah, like when you go to fucking a festival or something like that. And there are those people that pay top dollar to sit in their chair in the front.
Dude, listen, when you asked me to go to Nickelback with you, I said, I'm not into that fucking shit, dude. Next thing you know, I'm gonna be vaping and wearing.
This is how you remind me, Steve.
Leggings.
But you already do vape. What are you talking about?
Pot.
Look, I never made it as a wise man, Steve. Never made it as a
funny.
poor man.
I gotta tell you, dude. I did go to one of the final shows at the House of Blues down on Sunset before it was closed. And I was at a fucking black metal show. I mean, this is the most fucking satanic, evil shit you could fucking throw out there, right? And there are these booths behind us, and I swear to God, I was like the Kardashian kind of people, like sitting at those fucking $500 tables. I was like, oh God, dude, is this really happening?
Yeah.
Premium, man. Premium.
Gross,
it's like when you go to the special clubs in Vegas.
We had talked about fucking the I have felt oversaturated with Star Wars, and during the holidays, I'm seeing like GE ads for appliances with like Star Wars crap, and I'm like,
how about the air traffic controller?
Yes, or there was
lightsabers. Not the air traffic controller. You know what I'm talking about.
Was it the Nissan Rogue?
Yes.
When Rogue One came, I mean, just like, okay,
but they've always done that.
You got me. I don't remember the fucking Star Wars edition fucking DeLorean.
But it wasn't cars, but it was everything else had commercials.
I remember some fucking cereal.
Yeah.
I remember some fucking Burger King glasses.
Well, there was that.
And a whole bunch of action figures.
I mean, you were also young.
I don't remember the fucking Darth Vader dildo until now. You don't fucking believe me? It's there.
That wasn't the look of disbelief. I'm just trying to figure out what channel that. Do you also enjoy Pornhub Live? Is that what's
I have seen Pornhub from beginning to the end.
It's not the end, sir. It's just growing. So.
Not to go off on a tangent here, but my kids are designing promotional buttons.
Well, I'm sorry.
And
how does Pornhub transition into this?
So I have one little fucker who tried to sneak some Pornhub like logo things in there. Now here's the dilemma.
Are there any brazzers?
How do I say that I know what that is and bust him on it without revealing that I know what that is? It's a very delicate moment.
It's a catch-22. Like you're really stuck there.
Right?
You're like, do I yell at you about watching porn and creating porn? Thereby telling you that I as well watch and create
or
porn?
You just go, hey, let it pass and just be thankful that it's not cumshitters.com.
Yeah, but again, someone just got busted not busted, but like reprimanded for letting something like that go out on something else, like a t-shirt or whatever for their club. So I'm like, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's fantastic though.
Isn't that crazy? And he tried to like change the colors and I'm like, no, dude.
Maybe he just really liked the design elements.
Just say, you know what? I do a thing on the side with a guy who is a terrible influence, and he keeps me informed on this kind of garbage, and that's how I know.
There you go.
His name is Steve Hale.
Send all complaints to.
No, to say, dude, I'm old, but I at least know what's out there. Right. I know, the music that you listen to and the sites that you go to.
I mean, it's fucking.
Those ads are everywhere. You can see that shit.
Yeah,
everywhere.
it's not something that's underground and taboo.
Right.
Or, you know,
if it were something that was seriously underground, then it would be real. But it was one of those moments where I'm like, what you got there? You know.
Hey, by the way, it's January 29th, so you should be prepping for Black History Month, right? It's coming up here soon. Are you playing this year?
Not so far.
Oh, man.
They have a new principal, so I don't think they know.
I was really looking forward to this year's story.
No, I should have done it last year, but I was booked. And
well, Black History Month's a very busy month for you.
It is a busy month.
It is a busy month. All right, well, I'll look forward to you regaling us of tales.
I did get asked yesterday if I would play the national anthem on the guitar again at the pep rally Friday. I'm like, I haven't thought of that shit in a year. You want me to work this thing up in like a day and a half? I'm like, no, I'm gonna pass.
That's not how that works. You can't just pick a guitar.
Can you just go out there like fucking Jimi Hendrix and just fucking get wild on that
I don't want to be like every person who's ever done it that's fucked up and has a video of them like shit in the bed on.
I'm just saying, Jimi Hendrix listened to the Sgt. Pepper's album and then went and played it that night. Like,
wait, who told you that story?
Yeah, I think you told me that story.
I told you that story. And that is why I'm not Jimi Hendrix.
There you go. All right, well, let's wrap this up right here. This has been a good show tonight. I hope you guys have all enjoyed all the stuff that got edited out. Once again, I'm going to throw a coin to The Witcher.
I'm Kip Winger singing that song.
I'm oversaturated in Star Wars.
All right, and we hope you guys are having a Nerdlife Crisis. Music for the Nerdlife Crisis podcast is provided by Big Papa and the TCB. All music available at bptcb.com or at iTunes. The Nerdlife Crisis is recorded at the Inland Blue Studios. Make sure to subscribe to the Nerdlife Crisis at iTunes and like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram or Twitter at Nerdlife Crisis.